Bandit. There is. There is.
There is.
What's he gonna do? Bandit, no, other way. Get back. Oh, there's his tail. He's shaking the crap out of the desk. It looks like fucking earthquake's going on.
I'm just gonna come down and fucking kick his ass. He's like, what are you doing? Why?
I was watching somebody stream the other day, and their cat got on the desk, and you could tell because like every 3 seconds you just hear the screenshot sound on Steam, and it's like bloop, 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 and you're like, why are you taking so many screenshots? And then the fucking cat like Alt F4 the game, they're like, okay, you're going outside, and they put him out in the other room.
You know, Linity's the cat.
Good shit. It's like, hey guys, turns out I don't have a cat. Who'd have thought? Not anymore. Hey folks, it's us again. Midnight Oasis. That is the podcast you are listening to. We are talking and you are listening, hopefully. Or you're not, whatever. How's everyone doing?
We can't tell what to do.
What's up,
pretty
boys?
good, man. Weather's finally fucking nice out. Been actually able to enjoy some days outside, which is like lit. Also byproduct of it being closer to summer, I finally left work and it wasn't dark outside.
What?
I gotta take home the nicer walk home because it's bright out. Because there's this. We're getting into the local part of the podcast real early on, but dude, aviation, they ain't got no fucking lights on that shit. It's like a beautiful place. It's a beautiful street to walk down. It's got like a bike path on it, but it's also like it's not a highway, but it leads onto the highway, so it's like a higher speed road. But there is literally no lights. Also, like I know for a fact that there's coyotes out in this area, and you're like next to like wilderness kind of. It is so sketchy to walk when there's at night. So I'm never gonna walk home on it because it's always pitch black when I leave work. But gotta actually walk home on the nice path, which was nice.
Nice.
Bro, just train the coyotes to be part of your pack, brother.
True.
Yeah.
Send me to the wolves, and I'll come back the pack leader, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Send me to the wolves, and they'll come back pregnant.
Bro, he's gonna go off and make some of his
Send
own
me the wolves, and
coyote
I'll come
ugly
back
self,
pregnant.
huh?
You know what I mean? Call me Arnold Schwarzenegger in the greatest movie of all time, Junior, when he gets pregnant. Guess who's the father? It's Danny DeVito. Yeah,
Wait,
this is a real movie.
Actually?
Yeah, look it up right now. It's called Junior.
All right, guys.
It's Danny
sorry.
DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'm so
Sorry,
Yeah,
the rest
Arnold
of the
Schwarzenegger
rest of the
gets pregnant.
podcast is us just watching this fucking movie. We're just
Look it
gonna
up.
sit there with no reaction. Just gonna go.
You know what? I'm gonna trust you. I'm not even gonna look at it.
I'm posting it. I'm just gonna post you guys.
Your
the,
screen got so fucking bright because of that. You flashbanged yourself.
Me?
Just the fucking
No. Well,
Just
you a little
the,
bit. You a little bit too.
No, mine's because I'm catching up on something that I'll bring up in my quick notes.
Sure.
Okay, I'm posting it for everyone to see.
Okay, so you flashbang there, Cal. Can you put Bandit in your chair and then recreate that meme of the fucking cat getting flashbanged in the chair?
Look at
Wow. Wait, wasn't Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger also in a thing where they were like brothers?
Have I? No, I've. Wait. I feel like
Yeah, they were in
I've
a-
maybe seen this picture before.
What is
They were in a
this
movie called
cursed
Twins
shit you're
together.
showing?
Yeah.
When did this come out?
See, that's what I thought. was
If I had a nickel
When
for every
you
time
said-
Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger were in a movie together, I'd have 2 nickels, but it's kind of weird that it's happened twice.
Now I want to see if they've ever been in any other movies together. No, they've been in multiple. They've been in a movie called Last Action Hero.
That's actually a good ass movie.
Apparently Danny DeVito's in it, but I'm not seeing it anywhere. They were in Junior. They were in Twins. A movie called Triplet. No, okay, that's not actually real. That's a fake movie.
A movie called Quadruplets. What the hell? Actually,
Fucking
I'll have you
God.
know that Twins is the prequel to John and Kate plus 8. So
Oh
Wait.
shit! No, don't, dude. That relationship ended like shit. You guys remember that?
yeah, they also horribly. I'm pretty sure. No, am I thinking of? No, I'm thinking of a different TV family. I'm thinking of the Duggars, who were pieces of shit.
Teach me how to
Oh,
Duggars.
God, the Duggars.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Mhm.
I used to actually watch John and Kate plus 8 because I was just I don't know why. I found it weirdly fascinating as a kid. I was like, wow, look at this family. It's like
This family that would have no means of living properly unless they had this reality TV show, because there's
It's
fucking
like
8 of them.
It's like the Cheaper by the Dozen or the other movie that was even more people.
Cheaper by the Dozen was a good movie.
Cheaper by the Dozen was
But,
great. The
I'm
sequel,
not shit talking. I'm just saying the like same deal. Like you wouldn't be able to survive with that shit.
I think the sequel was also good. Sequel, Taylor Lautner was in it.
Oh, actually, I think I already told you guys about this.
The newer Cheaper by the Dozen, because I think there was actually like it's the classic like, oh, all these movies I thought that were original from my childhood were actually remakes from movies.
Yeah.
Because that's all Hollywood is making remakes of movies.
And then the people that have never seen it before think they're new movies, but they're not.
Yep, basically. Anyways,
I'm in the process of rewatching the Hunger Games movies with my girlfriend. And Huey from The Boys is he's a District 1 representative in the 74th Hunger Games.
Damn, he's come a long way.
Dude fucking dies in that movie. So I know I'm spoiling the Hunger Games, but I don't even think it's like an on. I don't remember.
Pretty sure his.
I did watch it last week, but I don't remember.
Damn, bro, that's rough.
But I'm also I've been following because even though I'm almost 30, want to see the new Hunger Games movie that's coming out because they're making one on the new book about Haymitch's games, and they've been releasing the casting for pretty like over the past couple weeks, the casting for the new movie.
Did you watch the previous one that came out like a year or so ago?
The President Snow one? I did watch it.
Oh,
the book is way better on that one because the book goes a lot more into like the what's going on in President Snow's like head and what he's thinking. So it gives a more like in-depth look onto how actually evil he is. It doesn't really portray it as well in the movie, but
I thought it was still.
I heard it was okay. Yeah, I heard the movie was okay. It's just, I mean, it's the classic book better than movie because it always will be because you can just fit more in a book than a movie. And also is more obvious. It's going to be more what the original author intended it to be because it is,
That's
what
funny.
they wrote.
We had this exact conversation last week. We were talking about anime.
We did. But yeah, Hunger Games movies, in my opinion, still hold up. Those are still some good ass movies. They did a really good job adopting those books.
Adapting. Or adopting.
Yes.
Maybe
the
movies on the books
in
now.
Another person who's in those movies that I forgot about, Alan Richardson's in those movies.
Who's that?
He's in the 75th Hunger Games, the third quarter quell, as they call it. And they brought back all the previous victors. Surprisingly, not a single guy named Victor, which I was kind of like confused at, but hey.
What are you gonna do?
That's just how it is sometimes. What are you gonna do?
What's the part?
Lenny Kravitz is also in the movie. Crazy. He plays Seneca.
What's the part in Hunger Games where they show up with all the fucking like the pickaxes at the beginning, and they fucking Minecraft that
Go
shit.
to mine and then die.
Yeah.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Chicken jockey.
That's my favorite Hunger Games.
Yeah, I have a mixed relationship with the Hunger Games books.
I love them. That was
Mostly
my generation was Harry Potter,
there.
so
Yeah.
I'm a big fucking fan. Yes.
I'm gonna agree with Rylan on this one. It's basically a same generation one.
It's not because the people who are super into. All right, yes, I understand what I'm saying, but the people who are like Hunger Games, for me specifically, my age group came out for me like as I was the age that the target demographic was for when the first book came out, and as I was getting older, the books got older with me. Harry Potter was a little bit before my time. Harry Potter, I think the book started coming out.
I can fuck with that.
When did the Harry Potter books come out?
No, I can fuck with that. Because Harry Potter was definitely my time. And people a little bit older than me too.
Came out in 2001, so yes, I was 6 years old when Harry Potter started coming out. Wasn't reading it when it came out, surprisingly. Actually, I might have been, but
wait, are you saying that was I 9 when you were 6?
Okay,
but yes, that was.
Wait, I don't have that image though. With that, that's a little weird.
Yeah, so I tone it to my Harry Potter because it was like the young adult series that was massively popular that was targeted towards my demographic as I was getting older. So I have a very soft spot for those movies. Harry Potter started coming out in 2001.
No, they came out in 97. First of all,
yeah, that sounds more right.
Even older.
I think the movie might have
I guess
been one.
I guess that was the movie. The movie
Yeah,
is
that makes more sense.
Yeah, so I was 2 when the book started coming out. So I wasn't
Yeah, you
really
weren't reading
the
that
target
shit?
demographic. I wasn't the
The
target demographic for the Harry Potter books, surprisingly, when they came out.
Bro, you weren't reading it. Who? Wingardium Leviosa, read a book, bitch.
I was too busy apparently. My mom told me one time when I was a baby, she was changing my diaper and I was like laying on the table in the basement and as she like took my diaper off and then I pissed and I perfectly arced my piss to land in the washing machine, which had clean clothes in it.
Oh, fuck.
So
Yeah.
I was hitting crazy trick shots from when I was a kid, okay?
Bro, did you have that music playing that like boom 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 boom
Yeah.
boom boom boom?
Yeah, I did. I had it was just an angle of the washing machine, but I had it in my top 10 trick shots video.
Oh shit.
No, I'm now curious. I wonder when Land Before Time came out as a kid, because that was my like movie medium as a kid.
Let's
Pretty
crazy
old.
how I can just type it in and find it out. It came out in 88.
Yeah, it was fucking old.
Yeah. I knew it was old, but like to me that's like shot like that.
So
is
Land Before Time
childhood,
movies.
but, like,
Hey, how many Land Before Time movies did you watch?
I think I got to 12 or 13 before.
Oh, did you? Shit.
Yeah.
Hold up, we're talking about Land Before Time. Then you watched way more than I thought.
I don't want to
which-
get depressed. I don't want to get depressed, man. Every time I talk about Land Before Time, I get really sad.
Okay, cool. We're gonna start with
You're just gonna breeze past the absolutely tragic story with the voice actor in Land Before Time.
Yeah, she died. She got killed by her dad or something. It was pretty tragic. It sucks.
My bad. Yeah. Okay. My bad.
Yeah, it was sad. Okay, sorry.
People die.
Yeah, you know what? Also, what they die in the fucking first movie, his mom fucking dies too. Damn.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a movie. It's not a real child who got murdered
You
by
had to
her
keep the
parents.
plot going, brother.
Yeah.
All right. My bad.
So anyway, so
Anyways.
which one's your favorite one?
Ooh, I did like Big Water because I thought Chomper was
Big Water's
hilarious. Big Water was good. I also liked the conspiracies theory Omniraptors.
I kind of liked that one too when I was a kid. That one was on a
Yeah,
lot. That one was played a lot on TV.
Thinky. It was a lot of thinking for young, small, massive domed me.
I want to say that was
made the wheels
7 or
turn.
8.
It might be 6. Let me go find it. Hold on.
Either way,
I'm pulling it up right
yeah, that's
now.
fine.
I'm pulling up the time. Dude, we have a timeline wiki. Somebody went through and made a timeline wiki. That's wild.
Hell yeah.
I'm an adult. You have to answer whether or not you're an adult to click this.
You gotta be an adult because if you're not old enough, you definitely didn't watch these movies. So there's no point you clicking on this link.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to verify.
Oh my god, I forgot it. Okay, the one that I hated the most, I can tell you that one, Invasion of the Tiny Sauruses or whatever.
That one was ass.
Where it was
That was
a
not
mi-
the worst one though. The worst one is the one I think right afterwards where they had the dodo birds. Oh my god, they were so fucking annoying.
Yes, the great.
Okay, I lied. The worst one's actually the TV show that happens after all of that. That was awful. I definitely didn't watch any of that though, right, guys? I didn't watch like half the show before I realized it was
Never seen
crap.
that show in my life.
Oh, I forgot. Littlefoot gets to meet his dad, and he's like,
That was good.
Bro, where were you?
Dude, his dad is fucking. That was the episode 10. That was the. They go like Star Wars. It's the 10th fucking
Episode
movie.
10.
That one surprisingly, like the movies were getting progressively worse as they went, but it shot the fuck back up when that movie came. I was like, damn, this is actually a decent movie, and then went back immediately back down. But 10 was good. They fucking had to save the world because the fucking I think the sun was gonna crash into the planet, so all the fucking long necks had to get together, and they had to use their necks together to keep the sun up in the air. That was the fucking
It's a
lore
good
of
thing
the
it's a
movie.
good thing their necks are so long.
Yeah, they all had to group together on the top of like this fucking like volcano's like lip to fucking hold the sun up, and that's how he met his dad. By the way, yeah, Littlefoot meets his dad in this movie. It's fucking hype. And there's a really good song that's called "Adventuring." They go, "I wanna go adventuring," which got overplayed to fuck in the goddamn TV show, and it got really annoying. Sorry,
But you,
A
I
little
mean,
bit
you
more.
would never watch the TV show.
I wouldn't.
so
I
you
wouldn't know
know
though.
that.
But yeah.
No. You were right. It was now you got me doing it. It's Land Before Time 7 is the one that has it. This is also This is also the one that taught me my Roman numerals. I knew Roman numerals as a kid before I
Because of
understood
Land
actual
for Time.
numbers.
That's funny.
I understood
Hell
that
yeah.
I meant 1, and I went to school and I was like, "What is this?"
I will say, first one is still the best movie. Because, honestly, simply because it didn't have any music, and I liked it better when it was a lot more serious. But yeah,
Yeah, but at least the Big Water one was pretty good.
Big Water's good. That's 5.
That's Chomper.
2's also really. It's either 2 or 10 is my second favorite, and then the other one, and then 5's probably my 4th favorite, and then it kind of drops off after all of this.
Right, there's also the one that they basically teach you like bullying is bad, and you get to watch Littlefoot save the bullies from being literally eaten alive.
Is that this? That might be the second one, actually.
I think it's the second. It's the second one or the 4th one.
Yeah.
Well, I hope the audience likes dinosaurs because
You
this
guys-
is part of the reason why. I
Y'all
love
better have
dinosaurs.
watched Land Before Time.
I don't know. I don't know.
Come
I
on.
don't know if our
Did
target
either of you guys watch it at
demographic-
all? Any of these besides the
I've
first
seen
one?
them. I've seen the first one. That is it.
Might have. I don't know.
Well, it's also weird because the first one, like, the animation
remember
style was
that.
so different in the first compared to everyone afterwards, where it was just like, it actually felt pretty unique with how it was. Like, it had that, like, really gritty, like, 80s, like, 70s, like, really early cartoon animation style to it. And then it got, like, way more cartoony and, like, goofy in, like,
Yeah.
all the ones after that. And the story was a lot more, like, it was like, are they gonna make it to the Great Valley, I think, or whatever the fuck it was called?
Yeah.
The place that they're in every fucking movie, and I just don't remember the name of it.
Yeah. It was
Did they
great
get the tree stars? Guys, did they get the tree stars?
The motherfucking tree stars is one of my favorite memes.
Dude, they might have been were they getting high off these tree stars or something? Because, like, damn, they really wanted them.
It was just one of my like go-to memes for a hot period where like people would message me like, "What you up to?" And I'd be like, "Motherfucking tree stars," and just not answer them. They'd be like,
That's kinda
"Why are you
funny.
like this?" I'm like, "I don't know. I
fuck
found
with
this and it lives in my brain." The last movie came out in 2016,
Which one was
and it is the 14th movie, and they have stopped.
Oh,
after
did they
that
make another
because,
one? Which one is it? What's it called?
It's Land Before Time: Journey of the Brave.
I never saw.
This one's got the Dimetrodon, maybe. No, that's not Dimetrodon.
Yeah, I don't think I
no,
saw.
Dimetrodon's in number
Fuck.
like 8.
Damn, so I gotta watch a Land
Uh,
Before Time movie now. Fuck.
I know. Maybe that's what we do after this.
Oh god.
Audience, if you want to have a live watch
Oh.
party with us of Land
If
Before
anything,
Time,
Good fuck, because we're not
we're
doing
watching an A24 movie because we still got to finish all those at some point, Josh.
it. Yeah, we've watched a few of them, but they're
We watched 3.
that's a
they got an
that's a
81
few.
on Rotten Tomatoes. You can rent it off of YouTube
There's
for
like-
$5.
There's like 100 of them, man. We gotta
There's a
gotta
hundred,
get through 'em.
brother. What the fuck,
What do you mean? We've talked about
I
this.
thought-
When we
there's
started this,
100?
we talked about it.
bro? I thought there was like
A24 has
15.
made a lot of fucking movies, my guy.
I thought there was like
we literally
15
sat
of
there.
them.
We sat there and we scrolled through all of them together, talking about how many there were, and this is
Oh,
why
shit.
we needed to do it every week because there's so many of them.
You guys aren't even watching them in order, right? You guys are just gonna watch.
No, we're watching them in order.
I think we're doing release
In
order.
order they came out. Yeah.
Or like, are any of them good?
Are you?
What movie?
There's so many good A24 movies.
Okay, because we haven't watched any of them yet.
I mean, I liked one of the ones we watched, but
They've all been like average, if not kind of bad. So hopefully,
well, I
we get
mean,
some
it
better
is it is going to be a mixed bag because A24 is specifically they bring on independent movies that aren't getting backed by big companies, so you're going to get a grab bag of shit. But there are so many good A24 movies, and I always find, and again, every time we talk about anything media related, a lot of A24 movies are very stylized, which is a big thing that I like. So, but I mean, I've shown you a bunch of
Whoa.
A24 movies, Josh, that you didn't know were A24 movies at the time. Like, we're going to be skipping a bunch while we go through.
This is so many movies. Why did you sign up for this, bro?
I
Okay, there we go.
I didn't sign, I didn't sign any. I didn't sign
any.
anything. You have no proof.
Yes, A24 does have. I don't think it's actually 100, but it's up there.
It's a lot.
There's a lot. If we realistically, if we were to do one a week, we would probably take us about 2 years to get through it.
You know the crazy part about fucking A24 is that they're all in the same canon universe together. That's the fucking weirdest part about them.
Yeah, man, that's totally true.
When the fucking one guy was like there was like spider in the room at the end or something. At the same time, there was a guy going spring break.
Yeah,
Spring break.
I don't know why you're saying all A24 movies are bad when we watch the greatest movie of all time, Spring Breakers. Spring Break forever, man.
I wasn't counting that because that's
Oh.
not even like a movie at that point. That's like a fucking work of art.
So, yeah, that is a work of art.
One. Okay.
It is one. There's a lot of good A24 movies.
Apparently, according to so r/A24, as of 8 months ago, there was 165 A24 movies.
I don't. Okay, well, we're going off of strictly the ones on their site, which I don't think it has all of them. That's what I'm following.
Save me.
I mean, you've been saving yourself by not watching movies at all anymore. You've already saved yourself, Josh.
Yeah, it worked pretty well. I blame Billion for the one yesterday because he was gonna do stuff and then didn't get on until super fucking late. So
I know,
and then he didn't, and then we couldn't even do anything with him anyway.
I know one that's coming out soon is fucking Dwayne the Rock Johnson, and he's playing a white man, and the prosthetics are really good. But it's one of those things where it's the classic, like, they've put prosthetics on the actor, and I'm like, I still see the actor there, and I don't like it because I can still see the actor behind this person. It's just really weird.
You're telling me you can't cover up Dwayne the Rock Johnson with his massive figure? That's crazy, man.
Well, he is playing I think he's playing a boxer. I can't remember.
Yes, it is a boxing movie, I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
Hey, interesting bit with movies. And this is movie lore, so you should be proud of me, Callum. Apparently,
Well, I'll wait till what you say.
there is a rumor of there being no more live action Disney movies for a very long time due to the poor reception of Snow White. Because Moana was like good, and then Snow White was really, really bad, and they're like, I don't know if this is working.
They haven't released the live action Moana yet.
No, but it also is not it's not a rumor. They've specifically stated that they are halting their live action side of Disney to focus on.
I haven't seen anything that was like, this is an official statement. It's like people.
I don't think it's
saying like we have information that says this.
I don't think it's a 1-to-1 because Snow White did so poorly. I think they're also just trying to focus on their more classical animation stuff. But I mean, definitely the timing on it is equating to it. But it's definitely a part of it. But I don't think it's the only reason that they are going to stop.
Yeah, I mean, like, what, they've had like 3 good ones.
I mean, the live action Jungle Book was really good. I like that one.
A lot of them are like, they're not bad. They're just like, they're not necessary.
It's just I don't need to watch the movie again. Like, it's just the same movie. I don't really like, if they were to do new stuff live action, I'd care more. But like, man, I know the movie. If I wanted to watch it, I'll just watch the original one.
Yeah, and they
that's like, and I find a lot of the character
where the original's just better most like every time actually.
Well, it's also just because like I feel like the vibe of the movie fits the old school animation style that these movies had with them. Like that's just like it's the golden era of Disney. Why would you don't need to change that? It is the Disney era.
I think what they do really well when they do the live action movies is when they tell other stories like that are linked to it. Like I actually liked Maleficent when it first came out. Don't remember watching the second one, but I might have. I know also, like, I never watched it, but I heard that a lot of people like the Cruella movie that came out with Emma Stone.
Yeah, see, that was it wasn't even like the same movie. It was actually its own like thing basically. So yeah, that was enjoyable.
The one that I recently watched, and more like I was cooking and my mom was watching it on the TV, so I like got half like kind of osmosis. The Mufasa movie was pretty good from what I was watching.
I need to finish that.
Whatnot. It's the classic thing, and I know that's just storytelling and whatnot, but when there's like oh my god, is this character gonna make it, in the back of my head, well, I know he's gonna make it because this is a prequel movie, so there's no real stakes when it comes to this.
No. We get to the end of the fucking movie, Mufasa's just dead on the fucking ground, and you're like, whoa, he didn't live. And it's like, and then the character walks up and they're like, I can't believe Mufasa died. They're like, Mufasa? No, his name's Nufasa with an N. This is Mufasa, and he walks up behind. He's like, what's up? And then it just boom,
Mufasa here.
Lion King, over. Immediately, Circle of Life starts playing, and then they just end the movie.
Oh,
no. Mufasa's not a person; it's an idea.
Another again.
Mufasa's not a person. Never was.
This is hitting the exactly what we were saying though, where it's like these are new stories told based on old stories, so they are actually pretty alright. But fucking Christopher Robin, that was a really good movie. I really like Christopher. It was just I never before had I thought I needed to see a live action Winnie the Pooh characters, but by God, that was good. It's really good.
It looks like it has a good reception. So.
I liked the I will say I liked the live action Lady and the Tramp. I barely remember what happened in the original one, but I kind of liked that one. It was a fun one.
Fair enough.
I've seen a short of the muzzle scene. That was very funny.
One that's coming out soon that I am unbelievably excited for is the Lilo and Stitch one. I love Lilo and Stitch.
I hope it's
Lilo
good.
and Stitch, and by God, they actually did Stitch. I was worried that they were going to make Stitch just look like a blue dog, and then when the first like things came out, and they're like, no, it's just Stitch 1-for-1. I'm like, hell yeah, bro.
Oh man.
The
Stitch
only
is my
thing
boy.
I'm
I like Stitch a lot.
little worried. Hell yeah. The only one I'm a little worried about so far is some of the characters don't like. I don't think they're doing cross-dressing Pleakley, which makes me really sad.
Oh,
That was
that's like all he does
funny.
in the whole, like the whole show in the whole movie.
Yeah.
Also, I will
dying of
say
mosquitoes.
that in the scene that they've shown Ice Cream Guy that drops a snow cone or whatever, it just doesn't have the same feel as the
yeah,
original
he's
movies
not
and stuff.
not like a white tourist. He's just a normal Hawaiian guy.
Yeah.
But I do wonder. I know like some things it is the classic case of. I'm sure they wanted to change it where it's like they wanted to have more like actual Hawaiian actors and Hawaiian people in it. And I don't know if that also could be a thing where if they were filming in Hawaii, I know certain areas when you're filming something in a certain country or a certain place, to film there you have to have a certain percentage of people. I don't know if that's like an actual thing that they're worrying about, or they're just like, yeah, we're just gonna do this for this character instead.
Well,
I'm just curious if they're gonna go back to the original scene where they almost crash into the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
No, they're not the Twin Towers, but they almost crashed an airplane.
Yeah, we gotta get the 9/11 scene again, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey! It's been long enough. I think they could run it.
It could be like a remembrance thing more than anything, you know.
I actually think they could run
also
it too.
a deep cut for the true fans.
I honestly think they could run it too. I don't think they will, but hey.
Now the difference is they're not gonna make him like drive along the side of the building. He's just gonna slam right through the building. But the plane won't explode. It'll just like go through it. And then
the rest of the movie isn't Lilo and Stitch. It's just them dealing with a terrorist attack.
Guys, I know it said it's an hour-and-a-half movie. We lied. It's a 4-hour long fucking schlauer knocker.
Yeah, it's an hour and a half of Lilo and Stitch, and then it's 2.5 hours of dealing with a real-world terrorist crisis.
Oh
Jeez.
no! I'm
It's a
just
double feature,
sad. I was really hoping they were bringing Rames back as Cobra Bubbles. But then I remembered that he's like in his 60s.
I could do it.
And yeah, well, I was gonna say he's still doing Mission Impossibles, motherfucker. You could do you could do Lilo and Stitch. You could be a fucking.
Also, I mean, I've been saying going back to Hunger Games for a second. I think the greatest cast ever for young Haymitch would just to cast Woody Harrelson again.
Woody Harrelson in a wig.
Woody Harrelson but he's 25 years younger, but it's just current day Woody Harrelson.
That'd be pretty good.
Like they don't de-age him. They don't give him like anything else. It's just current day Woody Harrelson as a younger version of himself already. I think that's the best casting they could have done.
That'd be good.
Honestly, really good.
Yeah, the Lilo and Stitch movie. That'll be exciting. When's it come out?
Wait. Let me look.
It's supposed to be like, is it this year, July? I think.
I think it's this year.
It is this year. It is this year. It is May 23rd. I know because I'm going to go see it with my fiance and mother-in-law.
What? I thought you were going to see it with me.
Yeah, you guys are getting married. You're his fiance.
Oh my god.
No, I'm his mother-in-law. Clean
Nani?
your goddamn room.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Oh no.
True.
What? What's up?
Sorry, I just got some like Sonic the Hedgehog level like wrong image for like
that looks like some fake fan edit. Right there.
It's just like what happened if this was like basically they're just making a joke about like what if they did the Sonic the Hedgehog fuck up.
That's definitely not it.
That's cursed.
That's like Pokemon shit. Whenever they try to do, this is what Pokemon would look like in real life.
Oh, I mean, that's another movie. I love fucking Detective Pikachu. Speaking of like something that's like they made live action and made it really work, I think all the Pokemon in Detective Pikachu look really fucking good, and all the people that were like, do you not like Detective Pikachu? Oh,
I'm not a huge fan of. I don't know. It's just
there were some silly plot points. I will say that, but
I will say though, yeah, the CG and the Pokemon looked really cool and stuff like that. So I agree, that part was cool.
I mean, I do feel like we are at a day and age with movie making that Your CG should just be good at this point.
No, I agree.
Like,
I actually agree. I think having good CG is like not a selling point of like your movie's great. That's just it needs to be good, and that's like your baseline.
I've seen a 14-year-old on YouTube make a fucking better CG scene than some of these big companies can do. It's like, you guys could probably do better.
You have to look at certain things though. Is like sadly it is the classic case of a lot of CG artists are probably getting paid not a lot, and also being told, hey, you have to do this in a week. That's but also there's also the level of like sometimes when people make things just like in their room, they're also working off bases of like having something already made, and then they're putting something just on that. There are different things, but you are right. There are
because when I say that, I'm not blaming the CG artist. I'm more blaming like you should just like people who are making the movie should invest to have good CG, because it is not a hard thing to do anymore. Like you should just pay your CG artist enough to give you good CG in your movie. Like we're at the point in technology where you can just make it be good. Like, I mean, obviously, I think it took the guy like 2 years to do, but the guy who made Astartes, like the YouTube series for Warhammer, like that was one guy who did that, and that thing looks fucking fantastic, and it is a single dude who did all of it. So like,
good.
It also took multiple years though, didn't it? So
yeah.
But he did it part-time.
But don't movies also take multiple years to make? Like and you have a full team working on it.
But he's also in school doing school full-time work, doing this on the weekends.
But I will also say Astartes is a good example of thing, but you also have to look at it in another idea of like, okay, but what if we wanted more storytelling? Astartes does actually do very good storytelling with very limited dialogue. But there is so much more when you're making a movie where it's like, okay, I need dialogue. Also, the second you have another, like a living person, like an actual like physical stand-in, then you're working around all that shit. You have to work around lighting. That's the other problem also. I think what's really gone downhill in media in general, and also just with other stuff, where it's like people will do stuff on location, and then someone will fucking say the most devastating words I will ever hear in my life, which is, okay, we'll fix it.
Yeah, that's just bad. That's bad movie making. Like that,
it is bad movie making. But sometimes, sadly, whether it be the fucking higher ups or someone, that shit's just not in the control of either the director or whoever, and it's just But to a level in the chain, you just need to do better. Like there are many things. So it's if it's the people above them, it's like they're the ones I'm targeting with that statement. Is like we have all of the tools in present day to make it good. We just need to learn how to work with it. Like you have the ability to do it. It's just companies being stingy with their money and trying to squeeze every cent they can, which I get it. Movies, especially current day, are not making anywhere near as much money as they used to because people don't go to the theaters anymore. And also, I watched a video. I forget which actor was talking about it, but he's talking about the big reason why movies have kind of been going down is because a lot of the money you made off of a movie was on the DVD sales. And that doesn't exist anymore. Like it was like you'd make a movie and you'd make back a decent amount on opening weekend, but then you're making money on DVDs for the next like couple of years. But people don't buy DVDs anymore, which is like a big factor in the movie industry of why they're willing to spend less money on movies, because there's just less return possibility for them nowadays with streaming services and whatnot.
Yep. And then like I'm now, this is me trying to remember like how the budgets went for a series of Marvel movies, but like I think it was the 10 Rings was like one of the lowest like budgeted Marvel movies, but I thought the movie was fantastic, like because they just put effort into the CGI. I did notice like while I was watching, I was like, there is basically 3 sets here. There is like nothing else. Like there's action scene on the bus, and it's like basically the same 3 scene like settings of like village or like
I love Shang-Chi.
House. Yeah, I mean, it was good.
So good.
I could see it being cheaper because they, did more actual live action with the fighting and stuff, so they didn't have to do as much CG in a lot of the parts of the movies that they would need it normally.
But also, I mean, also cheaper because you're not paying the humongous actors who are in every other Avengers movie to be in those movies. Like that's a big cost. You're not paying Robert Downey Jr. You're not paying fucking Chris Evans to be in those. Yeah, you're not paying the big budget people to be in your movie, so it's gonna just inherently cost less.
You're not paying Bruce Lee.
I was gonna say a lot of the least. I'm just quickly looking it up in terms of this isn't dealing with inflation. Admittedly, it is which is probably a bad side. A lot of the Ant-Man movies actually didn't cost a lot to make. Even actually Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is a newish movie.
It's only one big quote. I mean, even I wouldn't even consider Paul. Like I love Paul Rudd, but I wouldn't consider him one of the big guys.
Well, I
from
mean, you got to
Marvel
think of
at
it this
point.
way. I mean,
You
you're
do have a
filming,
lot. There's a decent amount of big name actors in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
bro. You're
yeah.
filming something that's like this fucking small. It's gonna be
Yeah.
very cheap because it just takes up less space.
Shut up,
True,
Joe.
true, true,
God.
true.
Actually,
So, like,
no.
it just makes sense.
That's not true. There's a crossover point where getting smaller is actually more expensive because you have to develop new cameras to record
Macro
that
modes.
small.
No,
Okay.
you just make the camera smaller, but you don't make it like as small, so it's still like good. No, so you're good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well,
So you're good.
all this movie talk
Makes
is
sense,
great
eh?
because next week fans will be doing our favorite movies.
Our top movies, yeah.
But
And you know what? I haven't even talked about any of my favorite movies so far. So
neither have I.
spoiler alert.
He doesn't,
Oh,
he doesn't like any movie.
Shawshank Redemption, The Godfather. I can't remember what the stupid third one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If we get into that episode and someone lists off top 3 IMDb, I'm leaving the episode. Okay.
for anyone who for
Flash- Flashback to
fans,
this right here.
Yeah.
See, I can do it myself, Lucas, because I'll be the one that actually edits it in. You can't call that shit out, but I'll call it out.
It's gonna be me too. I think I'm the one that started doing it and then I think you carried it. Wait, I think Callum, you were the one that carried on that joke in that episode.
If you had to name 3 top movies, what you got? We'll go in
Top
order.
Gun,
Top Gun,
Gear.
Top Gear, yeah.
Never mind. Sorry for trying to have a real conversation with you guys, my bad.
Damn.
Oh, you're trying to start a good topic.
I'll see myself out now. It's okay.
So I'm gonna go with Shawshank Redemption, The Godfather, and The Dark Knight.
I fucking hate you.
Solid
Ralph.
movies, dude. Well, those are just good movies, man. Anybody else want to go?
My top 3 movies would probably be, I'm gonna go with The Godfather first, maybe The Dark Knight, and then like Shawshank Redemption, but probably not in that order. No, he was pissed. He was so
I was
angry about
I was
this shit.
legitimately annoyed, and I told you guys about that. I
Bro,
was
he's still
legitimately
mad.
annoyed
He's
at that.
still mad about it.
Yeah, he's still pissed. Wow.
Yeah.
Womp womp. Womp
Uh,
womp.
Gotta love it. It's
Oh,
so
man.
good.
So The Dark Knight, anyone think that's like that, or are you feeling more
Oh,
like
is that the
The
I'll fuck it-
Godfather?
I'll- hey, listen, I'll fuck up your editing right now and leave the call so you have to re-edit shit for a second. Think I won't?
Oh,
I'll change my name right. I'll change my name right now to start
Oh,
with an A in
shit.
this Discord.
Oh,
To be
okay,
different
okay,
one.
okay.
damn, he's dubious.
Yeah.
Calm down,
Yeah.
calm down, calm down.
Yeah.
All right,
I'll fucking
so
do it, guys. I'll go nuclear option right here.
I will say a movie I want to watch that is out right now that I do honestly think might start breaking into my top 8 movies is Sinners. Everything I've been seeing about it, I'm like,
Mhm.
damn, that looks.
It does look really good. I also
Sinner.
I love a lot of the actors that are in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
You let me a Michael B. Jordan.
Haley
He's
Seinfeld.
Underrated Michael B. Jordan movie is.
Did you just say who is Michael B. Jordan?
Is that Michael
I'm just gonna
Jordan?
breeze past that and carry on with what I was saying.
yeah.
But what's it called?
Space Jam.
I'm looking it up.
This is audience. This is where I kill them by not knowing people.
My underrated Michael B. Jordan movie, Fruitvale Station. Such a good movie.
Underrated. I feel like that's like his most well-known movie, but fair enough.
Who's Michael
I
Never
mean,
heard of it.
I think you could argue that Black Panther is probably his most well-known movie.
Well known for like him.
I mean, you asked someone to name a Michael B. Jordan movie. I think Apollo and the
Oh,
Apollo
he's the guy
series
from
and
Creed.
Marvel. Yeah, I think Creed and Marvel gets because this was the beginning of his career,
I suppose.
and it's not like a massive. It's not like it wasn't a. It is a well-received movie,
Yeah,
but it was not a massively
No,
popular.
you're
movie.
right. You're right. Actually, I think a lot of people might even throw you for a loop and say Chronicle.
True. Some people might even go
Oh, yeah, wasn't that? Chronicle's
OGOG
so-
and say fuck your movie. I'm picking The Wire.
Chronicle is so good, and it's
Honestly,
definitely-
fuck your movie. I'm going with Gears of War 3.
Shit.
Shit.
Yeah,
Fuck Gears of War 3. I'm going with My Dreams at Night because that man's beautiful.
Shit. Fun fact. Gears of War 3 is the only reason I watched Chronicle, because I really liked his character in Gears of War 3, and I'd always use his skin. And then I was like, wait, this actor is in this movie? And then I watched Chronicle, and I was like, holy shit, that was a good movie.
My favorite was when he was in Space Jam 2. That was a funny bit.
Well, will I? didn't watch Space Jam 2.
I also
I-
did not watch Space
Oh,
Jam.
okay.
Oh,
I'm
but
just
I
gonna.
can-
I'm gonna
listen,
straight
listen,
up spoiler, guys, for this
I was
fucking
gonna say,
scene in
I've seen the-
Space Jam 2.
I've seen the bit on TikTok, but yeah, go for it.
Straight up spoiler. There's just a part where fucking like they're losing the game. They're at halftime and they don't know what the fuck to do. And then Daffy comes in and he's like, "Guys, I found him. I found Michael Jordan." And he's like, this whole like hype up thing as he comes in and then he just walks and he's like, "That's Michael B. Jordan. What the hell?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I was just getting some popcorn, but like, good luck, guys." And he just leaves.
Hell yeah.
It's a pretty funny.
That's really, honestly really
it's a
good.
pretty funny scene. Not gonna lie.
It is. I can't remember. I think like fucking. I looked up recently. I think they was like, oh, bless you. I think that- oh my god.
Gotcha.
That's not nice.
You
I
good?
don't give a fuck.
I don't
No,
give a
I'm not
fuck.
good.
I don't give a
Thank you.
fuck.
Let's talk about it.
No, we don't have the time.
My childhood trauma.
We don't
My
have-
childhood
we don't
trauma
have time for the
started
trauma
at the
jump.
age of 3.
I'm a dump. Sorry, it's a trauma jump. You made me want to jump when you said that. So anyway,
Yeah. Nobody cares about me, man.
jump.
Yep.
Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum,
You say don't jump, I say how high.
Might as well jump. Jump. It's a good song. I changed my mind. Van Halen's now in my fucking top 3. We're going back to the other episode. No, I'm just kidding. All right.
Back to the
All right, no.
top
We're getting lost in the sauce. I'll get some more topics revved up for you. Okay. So I'm gonna bring
We're
up
in
a
sauce right now?
yeah.
Oh, is Josh bringing up the weird thing he talked about earlier?
No. This is like
Okay.
a drama thing that happened recently. I'm gonna bring up first. That's been going around. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. It is a VTuber related drama. There's this one
Oh, okay.
VTuber named Cinder that exists.
I have actually read
So
a little
you've
bit
probably
about
seen
this.
some
It popped
stuff on
up
this.
my feed.
Basically,
Yeah.
she is I believe she's like a lewd VTuber. So she does a lot of like OnlyFans. I don't know if they do it on OnlyFans, but it's that kind of content or whatever that they release.
Yeah.
Anyway, there is this drama that just come out recently where between her and her manager, there was some bullshit where they were basically hoarding one of the artists that makes a lot of their like models and stuff like that. And anytime they would try to do art with other people, they'd be like, that person's really bad. They said this and they did this and you shouldn't work with them anymore. And basically hit the point where that artist just wouldn't work with anybody else. And a lot of the people that were shit talking were their friends. And they were like, yeah, don't actually work with this person. Don't work with this person. And then finally the artist ended up coming out recently and being like, yeah, so they've been doing this. And here's all of the DMs about all the shit that they've been doing. So, they're both just kind of a piece of shit. And they've just probably ruined their entire career because they decided to just try to hoard an artist and not let other people use it. It was like a really dumb thing to do. I just didn't get it. So
As someone from the outside of the VTubing world, it really seems like Hololive is slightly imploding on itself currently,
that wasn't Hololive.
just in general.
That's not.
Oh, is she not a...
No.
Oh,
This is just
I
an
didn't
indie.
know. I didn't
It's just
know
an
that.
indie person.
Okay. Because I know there's a lot of big VTubers that are leaving Hololive.
Yeah, I brought that up last week,
quote-unquote
but yeah,
management.
that's. For,
I thought these were also related to Hololive.
those were all actually
but-
for completely. They all had different reasons why they were leaving, and none of them were like
Okay.
really, really bad. A lot of them were like
And
health,
I am
health issues and
mistaken.
stuff. But anyway,
Sorry, Hololive
Yeah.
community.
yeah, no, but
Don't come for me, please.
the Cinder stuff is like kind of fucking crazy. So it's it was interesting. I saw that popping up and everyone was just like freaking out. And I see all these memes on the fucking subreddit. They're like, it's been 0 days since a fucking Cinder drama has come out. Because apparently if it's outside of like Hololive, damn, there's just a fuck ton of VTuber drama all the time because everyone's just like really petty about stuff or whatever. It's weird.
VTubing.
It's not even just VTuber. It's just like a lot of creators just.
I mean,
in general.
online in general is very petty because
Yeah.
I mean, it's the classic depersonalization of the people you're talking to because it's not a person in front of you. And
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm well aware of fucking all personalities being pieces of shit. I'm a Rooster Teeth fan.
Woohoo.
Yeah. Nothing bad's
Yeah.
ever happened to Rooster Teeth, right?
Nothing bad's ever happened.
I mean, honestly, it's still up in the air if something bad happened with them.
Damn.
Wow. Rip.
That was a good reference. That was
good
that
one
was
like that.
that was the good one right there. You really marked note of that one.
My favorite TikToks I see is anytime I see a TikTok of Ray playing a game and randomly Let's Plays in the game are brought up and he fucking immediately like steps back. He's like, whoa. I didn't realize I was playing a horror game. Actually, recently, they did a reunion, Achievement Hunter reunion with some of the lads where they played Repo
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody edited it all together like it was an original fucking Achievement
that's
Hunter
sick.
video. And I watched that and got real sad and didn't finish watching it because I was like, damn, nostalgia's actually hitting me in the fucking
Was Ray not in it?
balls right now. No, Ray was in it.
Oh, he wasn't. I thought you were gonna tell me that they edited it when him playing it random with his friends, and then edited him as part of the video and had him like be pretending he was in it. That would have been really fucking funny. Okay, wait, I got it. Send me the link afterwards. I actually really want to watch that now.
Yeah, let me see if I can't find it.
Damn.
Oh, find it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I got some other stuff. Recently, Oblivion did a remake that, at least to me, came out of fucking nowhere. Maybe there was stuff that was dropping and stuff.
They shadow dropped that.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
I think they released like a week before. They're like, hey, we're gonna have a video on Oblivion coming out, and they put the video out, and the end of the video is like, yep, so it's dropping now. It's on the stores now.
Yeah, it was really cool. I had a random friend I haven't talked to in a long time just sent me a fucking link. He's like, yo, watch this. And I was like, what? I was like, oh shit, what the hell? So that was really cool.
It looks amazing. It looks so good.
I played the crap. Oblivion was probably the main reason I got an Xbox 360 in the first place. It was that and Halo were like the two big games I wanted to get because I saw my fucking cousin playing Halo or fucking Oblivion, and I was like, this game looks awesome. And then I proceeded to get the fucking game, and it was awesome. I got it for Christmas. I remember.
It was awesome.
I know. I remember. I got it for Christmas, and this is one of the first games I had. Right. So, a different cousin was staying at my house for the week of Christmas to just to hang out. And I got Oblivion, and I proceeded to then play Oblivion for the rest of the time that he was there, and he had to just like sit there and watch me play the game, and he would get insanely bored, so we'd just go to other parts of the house and do shit for like an hour, and then he'd come back and I'd still be playing it, and he'd go up to the screen, he'd like point at the icons on the screen, and he'd be like, sword, heart, power button, he'd turn off the TV and he'd run away. And I was like, stop that, you piece of shit. And then like afterwards, when we were like years later, he was like, I fucking hated you for doing that. I was so pissed. You wasted like the entire time I was there, you're just playing fucking Oblivion. I was like, bro, it's a good game. It's a good game.
Honestly, on your cousin's side. Wait,
yeah, me
cousin?
too.
Yeah, the one, the one you don't like.
Oh, never mind. No,
I'm still even though I'm on Ryland's side for that, I'm still on his side. Him turning off the TV is funny because you were kind of a bad host.
Bad host, bad guest. Fuck him.
Hey, you know what? Maybe if the game was more shit. This is Todd Howard's fault. If he made a worse game, maybe I wouldn't have been into it, and I could have actually hung out with him. Yeah.
Best thing about the Oblivion remaster drop is they re-added the horse armor DLC. The thing that started the downfall of gaming, the original paid DLC, they brought it back, baby.
The comments are hilarious on that shit. They're like, did I really just spend $10 again on horse armor? Yes, I did.
And you know what? I'd do it again.
I did get the horse armor. I actually got the game. I'm I think the only person here that has actually put some time into it. I've got maybe 10 hours into it.
I had like an hour, maybe.
I
got a little bit.
I have it installed.
Nice.
I don't know.
I was gonna hard commit to playing Oblivion.
We have a perfect curve.
Because I love Oblivion. And then game developers are like, what if we dropped a secondary super fucking sick game you wanted to play right now? And that's Claire Obscura. So I uninstalled Oblivion because I was like, I know what Oblivion is. I can come back to it whenever. It's gonna be the same, but this is a new game that I don't know, and I don't really want to miss out on it.
Claire Obscura. What is it called? I've literally
Claire Obscure. Expedition 33.
Claire Obscure.
Claire?
It's French.
It is French. It is French game.
It is set in France. And it's really funny because they're talking in English, and then every once in a while they go like putain de merde. I'm like, that's crazy. And they also have there's a race of like mystical creatures in it that they speak. It's not French, but it sounds French. It's like gibberish French.
Are you sure it's not actual proper French? Or
yeah, that sounds like mystical creatures, you know.
But my favorite thing so far that they have in French is these things they have. They make these giant, because they're really tiny, like ancestral, like fae type creatures probably. But they build these like giant things to fight, and they're made out of like burlap sacks, and they're just called sac à patates, which just translates to potato sack in French, which is really funny. It's our big sack of patates.
Oh yeah,
fair enough.
But game's really good. It plays like Persona. and like Final Fantasy style games, where it's turn based. You have like overworld movement, and then you start a combat, and then it goes into a turn. But it is like purely turn based combat. But they still have like quick time events in the turn based. Like you do an attack, and then it'll pop up 2 quick time events on your screen that if you hit perfect, you get slightly more damage on your attack. And then when the enemies attack you, you have a parry button and you have a dodge button that you can use to reduce damage to yourself. So it's cool. I'm enjoying it.
Recently, because everyone's been yapping about good old Oblivion Ring, blah blah blah, whatever.
Yep, that's the game.
Yeah, the Oblivion Gates, whatever. Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Ignore the fact that I have almost 1,800 hours in the Elder Scrolls Online. I did whatever. It's not my deal. I've gotten access to Soulframe, even though DE took them like 2.5 years to get me my key because I signed up when it launched for the preludes, which is the beta, and it took because they were doing like oldest into the queue to newest into the queue is how we're doing keys, and they decided like right probably before mine was supposed to come to us, like whatever. But a lot of like the people who play Warframe. If you don't play Warframe is everything dies in like a half second as soon as you have about an hour into the game. Everything just dies immediately, all the time. It might take like a whole second if it's like a very in-game content, but everything dies very fast.
Yeah.
And then all that community went to Soulframe, where everything doesn't die immediately. So since everything doesn't die immediately, it is immediately as hard, if not harder, than Elden Ring and Dark Souls. To which I am like the only person in their like Preludes Discord who will argue perpetually with people, be like, it is not harder than Dark Souls or Elden Ring, because I cannot beat some bosses in those games. I can kill everything in Soulframe. I mean, this is kind of roughly like the tone I take, and I'm like playing melee, which feels like the worst thing ever in that game. Please fix melee. Like ranged has all this cool stuff. Magic's just busted because Magic's busted in like most fantasy games. Like there's literally a bird spell that like blinds enemies and like, it just deals 80% of their health, so you just gotta poke them and like they die. It's wild. Meanwhile, me with melee, I'm like, I've hit you 24 times in a row in the face, and you have proceeded to take only like 10% damage. This is awful. Please help.
Damn.
But the game's fun. I am like complaining. It is also in beta. There's lots of bugs. My favorite one is that the boxes will sometimes just fall around and talk to you. I think that they have a variety of NPCs, or the code is crossing with the boxes.
Oh, weird.
But like there was a box that was just like following me around talking to me.
That's fun.
There's this character called Avocot that's basically like a sentient turtle acorn thing. I think he's hilarious. But it's like, it sounds like him, and it was following me around talking. I was like, I think the game broke. I don't think this is supposed to be happening. Last I checked. It's also a breakable box. That's the best part. It's not like a fixture box that's like supposed to be there. Like I can break the box and it's just be like a disembodied voice.
I was gonna say, if you break it, do like the pieces of the boxes float around and follow you?
I didn't do it. I was really concerned. I was like, if I break this, I don't know what happens to my game. So I'm gonna not touch that.
That's fair. You know what? That's fair.
That's it's like I'm in a beta game. I remember all the problems I caused in Reach, and how many times I had to just fully restart the game in Reach because I found bugs. Because Halo Reach back in the day, if you were playing Elite and if you barrel rolled on one of the invasion maps, you would become part of NASA's space program immediately, or you would go and become part of Hell. It was either you put straight up or straight down, and I would perpetually send those little clips in. Fun fact, I'm so sorry, Bungie. I sent probably at least 20 or 30 of the same clip, basically, because it was me just doing it, and it was my favorite thing to do in PvP, because you could shoot while you were flying until you hit the invisible wall and died.
That reminds me, you said ESO a second ago, so it goes with that as well. There was a glitch I had when I played the beta in that, where there's like the first town you get into that's in Morrowind, and there's like a fountain in front of it, and I was like, fuck going around it, it's faster if I go through the fountain. So I jumped onto the fountain, and the game proceeded to launch me into the air, which I was stuck in the air for a good 3 fucking minutes. I shit you not. I'm just like, the screen is like super like grayed out and stuff because it's not rendering anything, so I'm just super fucking high, and I'm like, and it's like that scene in Spy Kids where they're falling into the volcano, and it's so long that they just get bored and they're just like, what are we gonna have for dinner? I don't know. And then eventually I finally crash into the ground, and I die immediately, obviously. And then it respawns me at the nearest way shrine, which I don't know if it's how the game works now, but the nearest one does not need to be one that you've actually unlocked. So it just did whatever the nearest one to where I died was. I walked out of it. I was at the beginning of the game, so the enemies were like level like 10. I walked out of there. There was like level like 40 enemies, and I'm like, where am I? And I pulled up the map. I'm literally just on the opposite fucking corner of the area, which is an MMO, so that's like an insane fucking distance. I was like, how the hell did I get in the air that long? I'm surprised they didn't hit a skybox or something in the process. So that was really fucking funny. So you remind me of that when you said the launching thing. That was my favorite bug.
It had
in
a
that
lot
game.
of bugs when it came out. I played it briefly because my nephew had it on console. In ESO, when it came out on console, there was a wonderful little bug that if you speared things, it wouldn't wear off sometimes, and they would be perpetually speared to wherever it was. This included in PvP. So if you speared someone in PvP, they were just stuck to a wall or a tree and they couldn't move.
Oh hell yeah!
So you wouldn't even kill them then. You would just leave them there.
You wouldn't kill them. It would
Yeah.
do very low damage. It was a CC ability, and it just didn't have a duration sometimes.
I assume you had another objective that was not kill, so you just stun them to walls and you go pick up the flag or whatever, right?
Nope, it's basically just kill for the most part.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna lie, it's mostly just kill. Like, there's like taking the buildings. No one did that when the game came out. It was just how fast can I kill everyone? Because there was like the vampire class was super mega broken when the game came out. Like it would like one shot like 80 people at once. I know, wild. So that was hilarious. It's just like there was so many weird like little bugs when it came out, and now they're doing something that I can't wait for the bugs that we get from this. They're putting multi-classing into the game.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah, so yes, you can have up to 3 classes a part of it. And my first thing I thought was some random fucking dickhead is gonna put all the pets on their bars. So I'm gonna have like 17 things, and I can't see what the fuck's going on.
Maybe it's gonna
because
the
people
game
can do that shit in WoW, and I'm gonna hate everything.
So you know why I think that's okay in this scenario? Because that sounds like something you would do, Lucas, to other people.
Yeah, it really does.
Hate pets. I hate pets in MMOs. I fucking despise them. I am a tank.
I don't care.
I am a tank.
Listen, whatever
I hate
you
them
say,
because they can't get in the way.
whatever you say, my headcanon for you is you do annoying shit in video games. So I feel like you would do that.
No, not so much you. So.
Well, hey man, like I said, you can tell me otherwise. My headcanon's not changing.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I'm every online fan ever on anything.
Damn.
Sorry, my headcanon's actually more real than the real canon. My bad.
That's fair enough. Fair enough.
Don't fuck with this canon.
So, coming full circle here, after multiple technical difficulties, it was a wonderful time. Weirdly enough, even though I put so much time into ESO, I have like kind of, I think just Elder Scroll games are okay. Like besides Morrowind, because Morrowind's the first one I played. But then I played like a little bit, and I was like, like there's a little bit of like a different story here, but this doesn't feel like an entirely different game to me a little bit. And then Skyrim, I played it right afterwards because like I played all 3 of them back to back to back. To be fair, like I tried playing all of them, like there was no gap for me. I got introduced to the whole series all at the same time, which probably did not help this because they're not short games.
No.
And I definitely was going like it's one of those things of like this is the first one I played and this is the one I liked the most. It's kind of like, at least for my like the friend group I had in high school, like we all played Mass Effect 2 before we played Mass Effect 1, so we all really liked 2. I did that too because 1 was aged. Yes, I think everyone did that. Because 2 just had the best characters. It just does.
I don't know. I know for me, I think it's because Mass Effect 1, it just looked like a really old video game at the time when it came out. Like just like the art and stuff just looked like something that wasn't like up to date or whatever. And then the second one looked like a more modern game. It's like, okay, I want to play this. And then you finish it, you're like,
fantastic for its time.
And then you go back and you're like, oh, well, I should probably play the first. And then you play it, it's like, I should have played this. Even though the gameplay was not that good, the first one, they massively improved it in the second one. They had like a mass effect on the gameplay, you know?
I do feel like, especially in the because isn't the Mass Effect series the series where if you have a save file for the first game, it can affect your so yeah.
Yes.
So it's probably good to play them in.
Yeah, that's why I did that.
Yeah.
I didn't buy the game. I just played one of my friend's games and then
yeah.
Yep. So like a 20-year spoiler, make sure that you save Rex. It's been like 20 years. If you don't,
how's it a spoiler?
I don't know.
Why would you not save Rex? You're fucking dumb if you don't. That guy's awesome.
Yeah. But no, but if you pick the default save, like if you haven't played the default save is Rex dies.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is depressing. I love Rex.
What? I don't think the default. What? The default
save. For Mass Effect 2, I'm pretty sure. I think he's right. The default save is the Rex dies.
The default story is you shot Rex in the fucking head and he died.
Yep.
which makes me sad.
That's the default.
Shep
The
really liked that,
council,
huh?
you don't say. Yeah, it's all the bad options. The council is dead in the second one.
Council's
that's
dead. You
debatably
save
bad.
Ashley. Rex
save
gets shot
Ashley,
in the
yeah.
head. Captain was Akira. He dies as well.
Yeah.
Like everything I care about,
probably-
like you kill the Arachni, like you just fucking genocide everyone. In the
Yeah,
game.
it's
That's probably just to incentivize
yeah,
people to
exactly.
play the
It's
first
to get
game.
you to play the first
They're
game.
like, oh, you want the good part? Play the first game, fucking idiot.
Yeah. Because no, it's funny because you
Oh.
played Mass Effect 2, and the first thing you do is you're flying on like a little ship, and they just like are giving you like a synopsis of the first game. They're like, yeah, remember when you fucking shot that guy in the head? Yeah, that was crazy. And then you killed that entire alien race, and you didn't save the council, and you're like, I don't remember doing any of this shit.
Yeah.
And there's just a guy in the back pointing to the first copy of the game, like, yeah, I remember, play the shit, you fucking idiot.
There's the businessman in the back with the fucking big old like sack of money. He's like,
You better play this game.
"Arr."
Yeah.
That's what he
It
sounded
was,
like.
it
too.
was a good game series, and like a lot
Yes,
of
it
it
was.
ties into 3, and then the very
Nah,
very last 5 minutes of 3 is very bad.
Marauder
But the rest of
Shield.
They-
3 I thought was pretty good.
Didn't they update 3 to have better endings after a bunch of
It wasn't
backlash?
that much better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They just put
it
some
gave it a little
corn
more
inside of the
closure.
shit cake that they gave you. That was about it.
Yeah, they gave you a little more closure, but they didn't really like
Okay.
make it
Yeah.
bad. Well, the
I
issue
never Mass
Fuck
Effect is
it.
not a series.
Fuck
that I
it.
ever
If we're
really
talking about
played.
Mass Effect, okay, this is the main issue I had at the ending of it. The game, the whole time you had for all the other series, was all about you pick all these different choices and you can massively affect, no pun on that one, how the game ends, and it can change drastically. Like in the second game, if you do everything wrong, you just die. Your character is dead at the end of the game, including everyone with you, which is kind of cool. And then the third game, they didn't give you that range. Like you have, what color of explosion do you want the universe to blow up in? Okay. And then like everything after that is basically the fucking same. And it's like not actually different. Like that's the point of having the different options, right? Shouldn't there be a really good ending where it's like you basically save everyone, you do it all good? There's also an option where you fucked everything up, everybody died, and the Reapers are now taken over. Where like, I don't know, they didn't have that. They was just all the endings are the same and just different colors and slightly different slideshows. And it was like, it was
Yeah,
a real
that's-
big, it was
leaves
a
a
big
poor
buzz. It
taste.
sucked because Mass Effect 3 was a really good game until the ending, and then it was just kind of like
Yes.
threw it off.
The Game of Thrones of video games, huh?
I still
really, truly, it is.
of all the game theory shit, the indoctrination theory from Mass Effect 3 is like my favorite fucking one. That's in actuality, you don't even actually kill the Reapers or anything. That Shepard was completely indoctrinated at that point, and everything that happens at the end is just his imagination, and it was already fucked. And I was like, you know what? I like that better.
Especially the one part the only part besides the ending I disliked out of it was the like, oh, the kid died. It's like, bro, this man just watched his home planet get turned into a fucking burnt marshmallow.
Mhm.
I think he's got way more PTSD than watching one kid get torched by a Reaper. This man's been through literally some of the
Yes.
worst things in the galaxy. I don't think that's gonna be what gets him.
Yeah.
No offense.
That's not entirely how PTSD works, but hey, you know.
I mean, yeah, but like, I would expect that at some point something else bigger would have occurred. But like, I get it for like the motif of like the whole 9 yards. I will say the last stand that you do at the end of the game, which until you fire the rockets, you will continually to get more and more brutal enemies spawning, was very fun to see how you could do it, because they treated it like Halo Reach's ending, which was
Oh, where you just have to survive as long as you can. Yeah.
survive, because you get like the little grunts, and after a while you just get banshees. There's just banshees,
Fuck the
and they're only
banshees in
set to
that.
the one.
They're so dumb.
They're only set to the one hit kill. So you're like sprinting for your life, trying not to die. And I played a Vanguard, so I couldn't use like half my abilities because they just put
Yeah.
you in the face, and then you die because they
The
immediately
Banshees
go, "Oh, hi,
one-hit
you don't
kill
treat-"
was the most bullshit one too of all of them, because their like detection range for being close enough to do it was just way too fucking far away. And you're
Wild.
like, really?
Way big.
I got okay.
Yeah.
It was a lot less noticeable the campaign, but if you ever did the multiplayer, which was co-op, it wasn't really multiplayer, but still, it was like they were so annoying in that. I hated facing Reapers specifically because of the Banshees.
I did love 3's multiplayer though, because like the Volus was some of the dumbest thing under the sun. You're just running around as this pudgy little boy with. Like,
I can't
the 3
believe they
little volley
actually
balls
added. See, that was them just like fucking taking a piss of themselves, and they actually added the Volus biotic god to the multiplayer.
And
it was so cool.
it was very strong. I mean, like the
It
Krogan
was,
still the best.
dude. One of the first times I beat that on the co-op on the hardest difficulty when they added, because they had just recently had added the hardest difficulty, I don't know what it was called, whatever.
Insanity?
Yeah, something like that. And
Yep.
they on that patch, or like they had just added the Volus to the game. And there was a teammate that was shooting me with the fucking like biotic orbs that would like give you buffs the entire time. We were standing in a fucking crate, and it was the map that looks like a dam, and I think it's in like Canada or something like that is what it's supposed to be.
Great Kendrick album, by the way.
Exactly. And I'm just sitting there at the end of the fucking dam using the Protean laser, the just like constant laser beam with the fucking N7 destroyer, which is the soldier, whichever one the soldier was.
Yep.
And I'm just sitting there fucking melting people as this Volus is just throwing his balls at my fucking face the entire time. And eventually we won. And it was awesome. Because this box you had to stand in because you couldn't get killed by the Banshees because they couldn't make it in the box. It was too small of a box. So that's why you go into the box of invincibility.
I love that. That's dumb. I just loved always watching, seeing that one guy playing the Krogan in the lobby who would just bull rush everything and be like, me no care, me do melee combat.
That was my
only.
cousin.
And then you watch him bull rush to the Banshee, like, hi, I'm gonna come res you because I know what's about to happen. You're about to get one shot after you kill out.
He didn't care. He did, and he also voice acted with a thing. As he's hitting them, he would do the same thing as the Krogan, which just go ah, 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 every single time he would melee for fucking 30 minutes straight.
Hell yeah.
My favorite one is I had one legendary lobby one time where I had like somebody playing a Solarian, someone playing a Krogan, into the Solarian character. Every time that he did that, he'd be like, and this is why your species is going extinct. It was like, that's all the guy could use
Hit him with the lore.
Oh, it was funny. Oh, I miss when game online communities were good like that. Like I miss when they were like nice and chill.
There was one time I was
good.
playing with my one friend that is not alive anymore. Where we were playing Mass Effect, and we were on the smallest map, and we were trying to just farm as much XP as we could. And the best way to do it is you would go to like every time between waves, you would stand in specific spots of the map so you could force the enemies to spawn a specific spot. But if you stood over like specific spots, it would, you know, fuck up all the spawns or whatever. And everyone knew where they were, except for this one random motherfucker that was in our lobby one time online, and he stepped over the line, and my friend gets on the mic, and he just goes, "Don't cross the threshold!" And he's like, What are you talking about? And he was just like, he just went off on this guy for like the next 10 minutes. And yeah, that's just a meme we had forever. He'd be like, don't cross the
random
threshold.
Like middle schooler just having
Dude, he
fun
was probably like
gets
shitting himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times, man.
Oh, yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, anyway, long story short, Mass Effect, good series. Play it if you haven't done it.
Play it.
Even
It's
nowadays, they have the fucking full re-release edition on Origin you could do.
And Andromeda, I'm doing this. I'm working on a second playthrough. It's slow going because I'm a busy boy. I have my hand in a lot of cookie jars at the moment. Very good. I'm actually going through and like really paying attention to the story. I think it's pretty good.
Story's not as good as the original, but the gameplay is really good in Andromeda compared to the
gameplay is very good. I also do like the fact that you do get the serotonin drip of me make planet better, me make planet nice. I want planet 100%. Just like how Mass Effect 3, it's like me want maximum number of ship.
Yes.
Me want a good ending.
Yes.
Me go grind 900 hours of PvP to max out fleet.
Agreed.
Yep. True. But otherwise, I don't know.
Oh, I was gonna say.
But it's a good note to end on.
Sorry, I had one last thing because this literally will not be relevant next week, dude. My fucking hand has been hurting since like Sunday night, where I had like this weird sleep where I couldn't actually stay asleep or something. And I like must have slept with my hand weird, so it's just hurting, and it's really fucking annoying. And it's.
Have you tried slamming it in the door?
I might at this point, man. It might make it feel better. I don't know. It's really.
Is it like in here that's hurting, or is it like
no? It's like. It almost feels like a carpal tunnel thing, but it's not. I was sleeping at the time, so it doesn't make sense that would be causing it.
Maybe I can relate to hand pain, sir. I understand your pain.
Yeah. Maybe you did that thing that I do sometimes where I'll do this to like try to like grab my like pillow, and sometimes I'll get caught on the mattress and I'll just like overbend my fingers for a minute. I'll wake up like, oh, that was a bad decision. Huh?
I haven't done that, but
I mean that's maybe what you did, because I tell you it feels very similar when I do that. My hand is like a little swollen for a little bit afterwards. I'm like, yeah. We put hand inside of pillow, so that way I can't do that.
I don't know. I had a weird ass dream that happened afterwards, but we don't have to talk about it. That's a story for that's a story for another day. So
hell
yeah, that's it. My hand hurts, but
fuck yeah, my hand also hurts. I feel you.
Hopefully your guys' hands don't hurt, because you're gonna need that hand to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Maybe a little bit of that subscription. Maybe hit the little
maybe a little bit of that follow. A little follow. Maybe. Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what I'll take? You know what I'll take this week? Try to fucking comment, man. That's it.
Actually,
It could
write
be
it.
literally anything.
Mass Effect 3.
Literally write it. Pull out a pencil, get it on your fucking
Yeah.
screen, and start etching into it.
Yeah.
What your
In
feelings
Sharpie.
are.
I'll give you a pencil. Go home, write something, make it suspenseful. You know what I mean? Like,
Hell yeah, man. This guy's a poet, and I didn't even understand it.
yeah. I never knew that I was a poet before this time.
Oh yeah. So yeah, thanks guys for watching.
All right.
We'll see you in the next
Bye.
one.
Bye.
Yeah.